So you could put a casting device, one of those little things. Would what's Fire TV, would one of those work on the back of it?
Yeah, okay, so my personal opinion is that the Chromecast is a smarter idea because it's universal. I know you two both have Android phones, but the Android, uh, yes, basically it could work. So if you want to go with a $40 Chromecast or $40 Firestick, they are direct competitors, but they each have one little feature that the other doesn't. I personally, I mean, I've had both, but you can pick and choose whatever you want. But
Well,
yes,
I happen to have both. I have my Chromecast, so I can cast from my Chromebook, like to the a movie. If there's something on there, I can Chromecast to the TV. But then with a Fire Stick, I pick up all the stuffs like all the tons of stations like Tubi and Freevee and Disney and everything else.
right.
So they both are fine. I've got one on HDMI 1, the other one's on HDMI 3, and the HDMI 2 is for playing movies, which we don't do much because there's so many damn movies available.
Right.
But yeah, to circumvent stringing a wire or something like that, it's kind of crazy, the thought of doing that. But if you were to have something on TV, let's say I'm watching something like Disney on Fire Stick,
Yeah.
you know, and then I've got also Chromecast.
Yeah.
Can I Chromecast the Fire Stick to the other TV? Is what I'm saying.
If you're going to use fire, so that's basically the obvious difference between, hold on, let me fix my microphone. The one difference between each of the devices is that, first of all, you need to make sure that the app you want is supported by that hardware. Like, I don't know if Disney Plus is available on those less expensive devices, or or
Yeah.
the earlier versions of the cheaper ones. So, like, make sure the app you're interested in is capable of supporting what you actually want to use.
But you need to have cable, though. You need internet to be able to get Fire Stick,
Yes,
correct?
internet. You don't need cable, you need internet. Yes.
Correct. And they keep jacking me around on internet. It's like $80 now with Spectrum, but I looked into both AT&T and even T-Mobile now
Right.
have those wireless internets. Have you found those to be effective or not?
What do you mean? I'm not sure what you're asking.
Well, do they give as good a service as just a hard cable?
Well, what if you're paying for internet to a house or an apartment? You are getting it wired in. What makes it wireless is either you're using your router to plug in, or you're using the Wi-Fi that gets produced by the box with all the lights on it.
Right. Well, I got the cable coming in,
Right.
and then I got all my own equipment.
Yeah.
But instead of having to use, because all we have here cable is Spectrum, but I know that AT&T and T-Mobile both have towers now in this area. They've
Oh, right.
installed
Right.
where you can literally get a signal, much like your phone. You can get a signal to that
Right.
and run everything.
Yeah, I didn't.
And
Yeah, we're not quite there yet. What you're still going to do, you get basically it's a duopoly situation where most neighborhoods have either fiber and or cable they can choose from. We're not ready for it. Cellular connectivity is not ready for prime time yet. Even in a big city
it's
like LA, we're not there
it's
yet.
there now. It's
Wait,
there now.
they're offering it for sale in your neighborhood?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely. It's been down at the beach. You could go. You could stop into T-Mobile or AT&T and ask them about it.
right.
And it's literally a tower or a little device you bring into your house, and that's your internet. Much like how it goes to your phone,
Right.
They send it to a device.
So they're selling you a router in your house that will communicate to these. We're doing this now here in your neighborhood. I know you're in
Correct.
Torrance. All right. So
Correct.
what are they offering, or how much do they want?
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
No ups, no extras. A flat $50.
What are they telling you for speed?
They didn't tell me what the speed was yet.
Well, yeah, that might be the biggest red flag or catch. I don't know.
Well, I gotta find out what it is. I didn't think to ask them that, but they said no, it works great, and you can connect with Firestick and everything else. So
right.
And then it depends on how many devices you have, also. So
right.
So I gotta find out what that is. But anyway, okay. I'm sort of vacillating once again back on TVs, and Costco and everyone else has got killer deals.
Right.
And Sony has got, they got the OLED, but those are more money. They have got their top of the line 90 series.
Oh wait. Okay. So we were talking about putting like a cheesy little $150 TV in the kitchen, but now we're talking about a good living room replacement.
Yeah, I'm bouncing you around. I'm sorry.
Right. It's all right.
I was curious about for the kitchen also, but now back to the other thing in terms of TVs or preferences. I know it's a matter of preference, but
there we go.
But they've got the 90 series, which is the top of the line,
right?
And for $9.99 and that's full array, all the whistles and bells with a 5-year.
How big is the TV? How big is it?
It's a 65-inch.
All right, cool. That's actually fairly affordable. I just paid about $1,200 for a 42-inch LG C2.
Well, they've got some pretty good deals on OLEDs too.
Yeah.
But and then crazier, the 80 series, which is still a real good picture.
Yeah.
And it's not, I guess they say, I don't know the difference between direct lit and full array, maybe just more stuff
right
inside, but it's not it. They have a 65-inch 80 series Sony, which is a killer picture, for $699.
Right. Got it. Do you know if those are 2-year warranted?
No, they're 3.
3?
Well, yeah, I think the 80 is 3.
All right.
And they got a bundle with the 90.
Yeah.
It's a 5-year warranty.
Right. Got it. Yeah, I got a 5-year warranty on my LG, so I was just wondering what the other manufacturers were offering. So.
Yeah. Now the one you got that was what, 12 something?
Yeah, it was an LC, a 42-inch L2. What is it? LC2, something like that. Yeah, I'm staring at it right now. Actually, that's, if you go live to YouTube, you're watching us on YouTube. I got it on my wall right next to me.
What is that? It's
an OLED.
Oh, OLED.
Yeah.
Okay.
42-inch. I like the smarts. They're a little smarter than other brands, and it's a very vivid picture.
Well, they had some other
That's 4K.
OLEDs. Yeah, I saw. And maybe it's the last year's model, but they had a 40 at Best Buy. They had, I think, a 48 OLED for, I want to say $599.
All right.
But I think it was the last year's model.
Right. Cool.
Is it, if you get an OLED? Are you concerned about, the burnout, or have they pretty much fixed that?
Well, this particular TV, the one annoying feature is that it asks me sometimes when I first turn it on for the first time in a week, it'll take, actually, let me see if it does that now. I'll turn it on. Let's see if it bugs me about maintenance. All right, there we go. It says, to provide the clearest picture, the TV needs to start restoration. Screen turns off for about 5 minutes and turns back on. Do you want to start now? Or you can turn it off in the TV with remote control later for automatic processing. So yeah, you can turn that feature off, I guess. But essentially, apparently, if you want to prolong the longevity of this TV, you're supposed to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know if the
Well,
other brands are that obnoxious. Because this thing is basically an expensive workbench monitor. I don't really watch it as a television as I should, but I use it to make sure I have full
Yeah.
compatibility, even with the newest, cheapest $600 knockoff Costco, Dell, or HP. One of the biggest reasons I got this TV is to replace maybe a 15-year-old monitor, which I was having compatibility issues because the older monitor didn't know how to properly talk to even the cheapest but brand new hardware. So,
well, I'm so, for TVs, I mean, the OLED is nice, but I think for what they're getting for some of these new, I mean, even and oddly enough, the 90 series in a 65-inch is $9.99, and in the 55-inch it's $8.99. So for $100, you get the bigger one.
Right.
But they've even got the 55-inch 80 series, 55-inch 80 series for $549. It's like crazy cheap.
Right.
I don't know how they do it. You know? But anyway, well, I got a bunch of stuff to do. I wanted just to know about that, and we still got to do our beer thing. I want to get maybe a burning daylight or something.
All right, sounds good to me. So,
what's your better days? What days do you never know?
Well, usually weekends are always best, but
all right.
Busiest days are Monday, and the week tapers off. So Sunday turns out to be a natural day off.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, look, we'll get in touch. I've been doing this forever. I'm just kind of, my wife Reggie had surgery.
Yeah.
She's okay. So I've been cooking and doing stuff for her. So she's getting on the mend. So I'm going to get back to what I'm doing. But that's about it. So take care and thanks a lot.
All right. Yeah. So if you're going to buy that Chromecast or a Firestick, just make sure they support the apps that you want to use.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Take care.
All right. Bye. So there we are. All right. So I guess I'm waiting for a customer to show up. She should be here in maybe 10 or 20 minutes. I might be back in about that period of time. It sounds like her conversation might be valid for going live. But anyway, show up in the YouTube chat. If you catch me live, I will respond if I catch you and it's appropriate. Otherwise, I'm going to take off for at least another 20 or 30 minutes. If you've never been here before, my name is Chris. I film the work when possible, if it makes sense. Otherwise, if I'm not here when I'm scheduled, I try to be here 3 days a week. But if I got house calls to do, I go where I get paid. So otherwise, show up when I'm live, show up in the chat and say hi, or give me the phone call at 855-434-8788.